For the record.
Yes, my name is Samira Lawrence.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What are we doing?
Yes, Judge, I filed a motion on this case. It was dismissed over 2 years ago when complainant was failed to appear for a preliminary exam. My understanding is that the prosecution has not sought to refile those charges, but the record of Ms. Lawrence's arrest continues to hang over her head. She fears that it's going to impact her ability to get a job, to find housing. She just recently learned that it's impacting her credit score. Ms. Lawrence, as I provided in the motion recently.
I have no motion.
A little slot that says motion.
No, what, I usually like to see this before the attorney stands here.
Where you,
Go ahead. When was this? Oh, when he filed it. Shit, I don't remember my name from yesterday. Go ahead, counsel. Go ahead.
Well, but Ms. Lawrence recently graduated with a bachelor's degree in psychology from Western Michigan.
Good for you, Miss Lawrence.
Thank you, sir.
She's not had any further
Yeah.
contacts since this case was dismissed. She cares for 2 young children, ages 3 and 11. She's working 2 jobs. She's both a substitute teacher as
Get to the ask, because you got me at hello. Get to the ask.
steal the records. I think that Your Honor has authority under Michigan Court Rule 8.119
Okay.
to just steal the records of this arrest. Certainly, again, the prosecution, the statute of limitations is still open. The prosecution wants to refile the charges, they may. But until that point, I think that it's only fair that Ms. Lawrence have a presumption of innocence and have a record sealed.
I've never even had this issue come up.
Judge, the people that I believe when evaluating officer safety during a lawful encounter, their ability to properly assess potential threat an individual poses be impaired based on this motion, that this motion was granted, so we would object. In this specific case, it involves an assault with intent to murder, multiple counts of that, I think 2 to be specific. So based on that, I think officers' ability to assess that individual would be impaired, so we would object on that basis.
Also, just clarify the request, Judge, is to seal the public record. I'm not saying the police can't maintain their own private file on Samira Lawrence and use that to do investigation in the future or to protect themselves from whatever threat they perceive. But this is not something that an employer needs to know about. This is not something that, a credit bureau needs to know about. And so I think the rule requires that this be the least restrictive means. I believe it is the least restrictive means of accomplishing this public interest, not just Samira Lawrence's interest, but a public interest that Samira Lawrence be available to be a counselor to help people who struggle with mental health as she intends to do with her psychology degree.
Anything else?
Judge, I believe things that I have, which would show her what the charges involved with what the person's charged with are extremely important for public safety. I think it's something they should know. At the end of the day, the defendant still was charged. It was the judge found probable cause when they signed the warrant. And this isn't a situation where the case was dismissed on its merits. Complaining witness, and I wasn't a part of the case a few years ago, but the complaining witness didn't have an opportunity. Well, they did have an opportunity, but they didn't testify. So it wasn't dismissed on its merits. So we would just object. But we ultimately understand it's at the discretion of the court.
Thought Your Honor wants me to, but
Sure, go ahead.
all day, Judge.
Yeah.
But the prosecution and I may disagree about what merits are. Here, the prosecution put a witness on notice that there was a hearing and that they needed to be here in order to substantiate a charge.
Right.
And the witness did not appear to substantiate that charge, and so Ms. Lawrence maintains her presumption of innocence.
Right. Right. So look, what's the difference between somebody that gets in the system because there's an arrest and then further investigation charges are never brought? Isn't it the same situation we'd have here? She's in the system, following her around for life. Isn't that the same scenario?
Yes, Judge, I do believe it.
In both that fictional person and this lady have a presumption of innocence. Motion granted. You got an order? All right. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Somebody have work for me, Mr. Cookie? Give me a name.
Butler, Mr. Morone.
Got them both right here. Somebody must have pulled the files.
Maybe the next one stats on.
Which one do you want to start with, Mr. Goki? Mr. Butler, you're up alphabetically. Council, what do we got? So you're ready for an exam? I got next Wednesday. Yeah, how about November 26th? And